are rolling. Talking today with Kwabena Rasuli. We'll go ahead and announce yourself, and then I'll start asking questions.
Okay, Hotep, good day, everyone. This is Kwabena Rasuli with the Clear the Airwaves Project, National Black Leadership Alliance.
Clear the Airwaves. Can you just give us a synopsis of what that's about?
It's pretty simple. Just want to clear the airwaves of vile, vulgar, and violent music, the radio airwaves in particular, that target our children.
You feel like the big argument is that it's only music. And the argument is that responsible parenting could overcome that. And how do you answer that retort?
Music is culture, and culture is a people's way of life. How we deal with our unborn to how we bury our dead and everything in between. So music is pretty much everything. It's everywhere. It's vaguely in the background of where we are right now. It's why we're here now. It's why I went to this program last week with some of our seasoned individuals doing line dancing and spoke about this issue. You know, it's at basketball games and sporting events being played. It's in our homes when we clean up in the morning. Music is everywhere, and it's very important. It's vibration, it's beats, it's singing, it's talent, it's beautiful voices, it's instruments, it's everywhere, it's everything. So no, it's not only music. Music, again, is part of our culture. And when it comes to parents, people blaming the parents. Well, most of us who work with our groups, with our organizations, are parents. And parents are concerned about this music. Do we have some parents who struggle with realizing that it's not good? Yeah, a few. But most parents understand how horrific this is. Now, the thing I get on the parents about it is for not working with us or not putting a stop to this madness in an organized manner. Because sometimes, like Kama has a song out, I Stand Alone, but in that song he says a simple line, not just my kids want the best for his. Because our children have to interact with other children. So we don't really blame the parents. We know the parents are trying. No parent wants their child to do a lot of the things that are said that we should do in this music. I don't believe that very few parents want their child to behave like was promoted in this music.
Now, if you can tell us, what do you think is the correlation between what we're hearing on the radio and in this music and what we're seeing in the streets?
This music is giving instructions, behavioral instructions. Like we mentioned earlier, it's culture, it's people's way of life in the music. And the lyrics in the music are telling us to do some of the things that we're seeing. You know, people a lot of times says that art imitates life. Well, it goes the other way around too. Life imitates art. And, you know, the powers that be, the people that push this poison know it. We just need to realize it. And once we realize it, put a stop to it. But yeah, we say a lot of times when we see, like in 2000, I think 17 or maybe it was 16, when 12 people were being shot every day in Chicago, we said, well, they're just following the conflict resolution instructions on these, in the lyrics on this music being played on the radio stations. You know, and sometimes
conflict resolution.
Yeah, conflict resolution instructions. You know, and that's what the music says. You know, and sometimes not even a conflict. You know, they'll be rapping about some pornography or something, and all of a sudden, run up in your house with the shotty. There's not even conflict going on in the song, but I'm running up in your house with the shotty, and your mama might be at home, by the way. You know.
So there's actually lyrics like that.
Oh yeah, and your mama might be at home. I went to some lyrics that talked about shoot up your mama and your grandmama house. Keep shooting until somebody die. You're gonna hear so many gunshots, you're gonna think it's the 4th of July. Now we heard that song, we were on our way to a vigil in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago where four Africans were shot. And this is what the radio station was playing on our way to the vigil. We turned it on to monitor, and that's what we heard.
Wow. Talk about the ownership of some of these radio stations.
Like, for instance, in the Chicagoland area where I dwell, there's 2 stations that specifically target young Africans, and they are Power 92.3 WPWX, which is a Crawford broadcasting station. They own radio stations all around the country, mainly gospel and conservative talk. We call their headquarters in Colorado to complain, or in California, while we're put on hold, we'll hear gospel. We'll hear John chapter 18, verse 6. That's what we'll be listening to. But then you go back to the station in Chicago that targets young Africans. It's, amen, I'm finna kill ends in the building. Amen. She wants to get on, she wants to F. I tell her, get on top and roller coast. Preach. I'm a God in the hood. Chop and make an end, hop a 10-foot wall. I'm blessed because the P is good. This is the type of music we hear. Type of gospel music or blasphemous music we hear on Crawford's conservative and Christian talk radio networks in the Chicagoland area, specifically targeting young Africans. We hear pornographic, violent music mixed in with songs about being blessed, entitled Amen, entitled God, titled Sanctified. I don't trust no end, all I trust is my God. So, and when it comes to the other station, which is an iHeart station, sometimes we call them No Heart Station. They have no heart, but they own 8 stations, the licenses for 8 stations in Chicagoland. Now, the people own the stations, but they can buy the licenses for a certain period of time. And so, of those 8 stations, the only one that disrespects their listeners constantly is the one that targets African children. That's WGCI, the only one. We were just talking about it earlier. I heard 2 songs today coming over here, back to back, about running up on you, aiming at your forehead. And the next song came on, both songs about shooting you in your head. 2 songs in a row about shooting you in your head on the iHeart station, WGCI. That's the one they have that targets young Africans. They also have a station that targets young Europeans. It's called KISS. There was a study done from the Just Do Better group out of Jacksonville, Florida, a couple years ago. White Mike leads that group. And there's a TED Talk with him talking about this. KISS, the white station that iHeart owns in Chicago for young white children, gives them 1 sexual reference, while GCI gives us 25. A 25-to-1 ratio of sexual references. Same age group, same corporation. One's white, one's black. The black station, the African station, gets 25 references of sex for every one that KISS gets, the white station gets. When it comes to violence, it's even worse. Every time they have 1 violent reference in their songs, we have a 50-to-1 ratio of violence on WGCI as compared to KISS. Both of them control licenses ran by iHeart.
For our viewers, where would they find that study at? Where would they find it?
Look up Just Do Better. And also there's a TED Talk, type in White Mike. I think TED Talk, he talks about that. He talked about how you go up the radio dial from 87, whatever, all the way to 107.9. The only time you will hear songs on the radio with people bragging about shooting and killing people is when there's stations that are targeting young black people. The only time. So we say it's time to clear the airways. It's been time to clear the airways of this madness.
So you think it's a conscious attempt to, you don't think it's accidental about these numbers, about the sex and the violence references?
No, I think it's done on purpose. We met with Crawford Brass. We met with the iHeart Brass in Chicago a couple times. And they know exactly what they're doing. They try to justify it, saying that, that's what the people want to hear, or if we don't play it, somebody else is going to play it. Or they say they're going to make some changes, and they really don't. It's gotten worse. So, no, they know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it for a reason. Again, it's just up to us now to take our head out of the sand and put a stop to it. We can put a stop to it. We must put a stop to it.
How do you rebut or retaliate or refute when people tell you that